And we're recording. So thanks for coming on. This is really cool.
Good to be here, man.
This
Nice to
is
see you.
likewise. This is episode 21 of
Whoa.
this little thing that I started just because quarantine meant that we couldn't go to shows or anything like that. So
Yeah, we've just all been trying to do some cool stuff to stay occupied and to put stuff out there for like I've been watching all kinds of stuff like this too. It's rad.
yeah, it's fun. Like if we can't see each other in person, at least we can try to stay connected a little bit.
Yeah,
Not that it's
absolutely.
the same thing, but
No, but it's like it's just nice. Like the Souls get together like on a Zoom every Monday night, and we've been doing podcasts, but we've also sometimes we'll just get together and just to shoot the shit, just to stay connected. Like
that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Especially because you guys are so spread out, and who knows when it's going to be at this point that
Yeah.
we'll get together.
Yeah, me and Brian, like we hang out all the time because we're like right down the street from each
Yeah.
other. But Greg's in Idaho, George is Florida, so like we're talking about like how to maybe do something like when everyone feels safe to come here. But who knows when that's going to be too. So we're just kind of doing our thing and trying to stay connected how we can.
Yeah, you guys started the is it Patreon? I don't even know how to say it. Patreon, but
I think we went through the same kind of same problem. Like what? Patreon, and like we didn't know anything about it. Like our manager brought it up, and he's like, it's a cool way to stay connected with people. Like we can put out like cool, I guess, content, and and we're doing the podcast on it, and it's a way to keep us like a couple extra bucks to keep our boat afloat, and so like we appreciate everyone who's come up and supported us and been a part of it. It's been super fun to do the podcast too.
Yeah, it's a different experience, I'm sure, especially when you don't know how it works. Like I'm still figuring all this crap out myself. So
yeah,
I don't know how.
Kind of ended up just being like the same as us all, like in the back of the tour bus at after the show, just shooting the shit. It's kind of like it has the same kind of feeling. Like like we've been doing this. We were on tour, like we've been hanging out with some random or some friend of ours would pop in and we just kind of sit around and tell stories. So it's just like an extension of that,
That's pretty cool, and it helps, like you said, that you're able to help keep the ship afloat at least a little bit. Obviously, not the same as touring, but
yeah,
it's got to help a little bit.
Absolutely.
And you guys did the big fundraiser thing with the hot water music crew to sort of help keep the. That's a really cool idea. Where did that come from? Was that from you guys or management or?
No, we'd seen like a couple of people. Everyone's trying to do what they can to do anything to help everybody. Because like our industry is one of the hardest hit, and also probably one of the last ones to be back in full swing. So our crew is out of work, and we share a couple guys with hot water, like George, both hands, and two of our crew guys, like they go back and forth. So we were like, how can we do something to show them how much we appreciate them, and we know what everyone's having a hard time right now. So we thought of ways to raise some money. So we thought of doing the raffle. Yeah, and we raised a lot of money too, and we also, it's a cool idea of like it's cool for us to just everyone went through like their personal archive and found a bunch of cool stuff to put up on there, like people got some cool shit.
Yeah, that was a really cool idea. I didn't win, but that was a really cool idea.
Yeah, I had a few friends like that day, like they texted me like, oh, I think you got the name wrong in the raffle winning, I didn't get an email,
Right. Like you had it rigged. Otherwise, how are you holding up during quarantine? How are things in New Jersey?
Good. New Jersey's got, a pretty good hold on, a pretty good hold of this compared to a lot of states. Whatever that's worth, you know.
Yeah, right, right.
We got hit the hardest, you know, and you know, March, April, and May was just me, my wife, and my kid just hanging out every day. Like my kid, he turned 2 right the day we locked down, like on March 15th.
Oh, geez.
So like he was just, you know, 2-year-old.
Yeah.
We just found ways to keep each other occupied every day for 3 months. You know, we did a lot of fun stuff together, just like bike rides and nature walks and learning stuff and books, and you know, like, so that was super cool. Like that's like that time I would never be able to spend that like that much time together, either between playing shows or in the studio. Like I'm really busy all the time, and so it was good to have like that was a lot of time to get like a quality time to spend together. Like we're just super cool. Like, and like that would never happen unless it was forced, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And he's at an age where he doesn't quite get it. He just knows that dad's home all the time, and so this is really awesome.
Yeah, like this is like, oh, cool.
Right.
We're hanging out every day, but he misses his friends. Like,
yeah,
like he loves going to his daycare.
Yeah.
Kind of place. There's a bunch of little buds there. So when he started going back there, like he was really happy to do that. You know, and like by the time it was June, like my wife went back to work, and I started going back to work in the studio like in July. You know, like by that point he was probably a little bit kind of tired of just being around.
Yeah.
We started seeing a couple friends by then, like having like backyard hangs and stuff with the kids, shit. So
there's only so many nature walks you can take them on.
Only so many nature walks you can go on, you know. Like there's a tree again, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, we're in Massachusetts, and my daughter's 12, and she'll tell you there's only so many nature walks you can go on.
Yeah.
I've been trying lately because it's nice, but
how's it with the kids her age? Like, it must be like a whole different game, you know.
It is. Middle school trying to do homeschool during middle school is bizarre. Although I will say, my brother's a middle school teacher, but his kid turned 2 right when your son turned 2, so they're the same age, and totally different worlds. Having a middle schooler versus having a 2-year-old. Like my daughter's cool to stay in her room and YouTube and TikTok and whatever, and I don't have to chase her around.
Right. Yeah, I lost like I definitely like any like loafing around and overeating I could have done. You know, like the COVID-15, you know.
Yeah.
Got taken away by the constant shuffling and chasing around 2-year-olds. So I got a lot of exercise.
I definitely put the COVID-15 on. Are you trying to say hi? Yeah. My daughter like tends to be in the background most of the time. So
hey, how you doing?
She said, "How you doing?"
Hi.
How's it going? Nice to see you. What's going on?
Not much. We actually had our first day of like in school.
Oh, cool.
Oh, because you have the microphone here.
Oh, that's probably.
How'd that go? It was good?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Was cool with your friends though?
Yeah.
Like the best part probably, right?
Yeah.
You must have missed a lot of people.
Mhm. But we also didn't get to like see everybody because some kids were like in different like teams and like cohorts. Right.
Do you like half the classes there at a time or something? Have classes at home on computers?
No. So like our classes are like 15. My class is 13 kids. So like, not everybody's there at the same time.
Gotcha. It's good. Got to see some of your friends, so that's cool. Yeah. Nice.
Can I steal it back now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll see you later.
She likes to make a cameo.
I love that.
Yeah, it's got to be weird to be with the same 13 kids all day, every day for the entire school year. It's a big school, but that's how they're going to cut things down because they're doing 2 days in school, 3 days out. And so you're just with your same crew the whole time. They don't even switch classrooms. The teachers switch classrooms and they just pop in. So it's really bizarre.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully this won't have to be this way for too long, you know, like,
Right.
hopefully it can just be another, who knows, but hopefully not
I know.
a whole year of it, you know, but I guess
And
we'll see.
at least the 7th grade kids, like they know how to use the computer. They know how to use Zoom.
Yeah.
First graders, I can't imagine a first grader trying to sit down
Yeah.
and watch their teacher over Zoom for 6 hours a day. Forget it.
I know, like, yeah, or like a high school kid.
Yeah.
I know, like, myself, like, my already, like, complete disinterest in school in the first place.
Right.
Like, what would you, like, how could you get motivated if you were already, like, kind of unmotivated?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Who knows?
It's a weird time, but it's weird for all of us. That's what I keep saying. You know, it's not like
All the
just
same boat.
yeah.
That's how I get, like, when I get, like, down about not playing shows, because, you know, like, it's like something that, you know, I need to, you know, it's like an energy that feeds my soul, you know, like the whole, like, the interaction and everything. And whenever I get down about it, I'm like, we're all in the same boat. Like, all my peers that are in bands and everyone who likes to go to shows, like myself included, you know, like, we're all, and we just gotta just wait it out and, you know, do what we gotta do in the meantime, and we'll all be back more stoked than ever, you know.
What was the last show you guys played? Was it the last of the 30th anniversary shows?
Yeah, the last show was like mid-December, New York. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to say you were up here.
Before, like that next weekend, like we played. Yeah, I think Boston was the first show, New York was the last show, and it was like a 10-day trip.
Yeah.
So that was the last show. But like we didn't do any shows in 2020, but we recorded the record, which we got done also just before lockdown. Like we were in the studio, like it was like the end of February and first week or two in March, and like, you know, like we hadn't even heard about this shit, you know. We you know, like the first week of March came around, and we started, like, we were like in the studio bubble, you know, like we're all just in there hanging out, and everyone's like, every now and then would like look at their phone, like, you heard about this coronavirus thing? Like, like, should we go home? You know, it's just
right.
Then we go to like to Target to go get food, because we were like all staying together in Philly, and and it would be like chaos. We're like, what the fuck is going on? You know, and then we kind of, our little bubble got burst pretty quick.
Yeah, that's a really weird perspective, to be like sort of pseudo lockdown in the studio working as like the whole world is essentially collapsing.
Yeah, like we weren't like watching the news really, you know, like, but like we started getting things like, do you hear like what's going on in Italy? You know, what the fuck is what's going on? Or, and then and then we just got done like right when the lockdown started, and just went straight from fucking studio to our homes, you know.
I was gonna say, did you actually finish recording at that time, like in one fell swoop, or did you have to go back and forth?
We actually we finished the day early to all get home to shut down, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like really thankful that we got to finish this record, to have something cool to put out during this whole thing, you know.
Right. You guys did a really good job with it. It can be a little weird, obviously, sometimes when people do acoustic versions of songs and sort of what direction you're going to take them, but you guys did a really cool job. There's some creative things on this album.
Thanks. We went in there like because we've done like the acoustic shows all year, like the afternoon of our shows, and and we're like, oh, like let's do like some kind of like acoustic record, and we kind of like went to the studio with Will Yip, like with no real definitive plan. Like we didn't even know like all the songs we were gonna do. Like we knew a couple.
Really?
But like we got there, and Will's like we're not just gonna do an acoustic record, right? And we're all like, nah, like do something.
Right.
Like, he saw it like a big revision of it, and then we started like, you know, day to day we would just like start and pick a song and like let's figure out how to treat this song, you know, and like it the idea didn't even exist like when we went in, and then within a couple hours we had like a cool idea for the song, and then it would just take its own life and take on its own life, and it became a lot more than an acoustic record.
So where did the list of songs come from? If you didn't go in with a master list, did you just kind of wing it while you're in the studio, or throw darts at the map? Or
we had like a master list of songs that like we thought could work, but then that just got kind of thrown away like day 3, you know, and we just like, like we'd be working on a song and like have lunch and start talking about some other songs, and like that'd be a cool one to do like a different way, because I think mostly we wanted like the sentiment of some lyrics that may have got like a little bit lost in the fast fucking punk song.
Yeah.
To get highlighted in these kind of versions, you know, and it also gave us the freedom to play like music that we love that we wouldn't do as Bouncing Souls, you know, like we would like we were almost like a cover band, you know, like being able to just like, you know, like today, like let's go there today and do the song like The Cure would do it, or like a Tom Petty vibe, or like you know, one song that's all drum machines, you know, like we all just you know, it was just day to day, and but it was really like freeing from our usual punk rock fists in the air, which is fucking awesome, you know. Best, you know. But those confines, like, it's nice to get away from that and to just kind of spread your wings a little bit and do something fun, you know.
Yeah, and throwing your fists in the air when you get to a certain age, you know, it hurts the next morning.
It does, but I can't wait to do it again, you know.
Oh, for sure.
I don't care how bad it hurts, you know.
Not to spoiler alert for people that haven't heard the album yet, but Hopeless Romantic is all like synthesizer and drum machine. Where did that idea come from? That's awesome. It's one of my favorite sort of reworkings on the album, but that's totally weird.
That one just kind of happened. We were kind of, you know, like we said, like every morning we kind of go in and like think about like what to do, and we wanted to do Hopeless Romantic, but we didn't like have an idea of how to do it. And I think in the morning, like we gone in and George was like finishing up some kind of drum stuff, and so me, Brian, and Greg were just kind of like thinking about how to do it, and then someone said, "Oh, like let's do like an old Casio, like
yeah.
Everyone had like the '80s, like like the like the keyboard, you know, but like somehow like, you know, like 80s kind of like New Order it like a little bit, and so we sat in the hall in like the stairway, like kind of fire escape kind of area, and like just kind of the demo of it where like we're each like being different like drum machine sounds, and I think one guy's like playing guitar, you know. And then we just kind of just copied that idea, but with like the actual like the Casio sounds, and there's the actual like there was like a specific sound that we're trying to get, you know, and Will was going through like the sample library the whole time, like, is it this, is it this, is it this, and then like we found it, and then he ordered that like little tiny Casio keyboard on like eBay, like that minute. It came like 2 days later, and like we took all the samples off of that, you know.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I think there was maybe one of you or Brian posted a picture, I think, of Brian playing the little Casio keyboard.
That was it, yeah.
When you guys were recording, I remember looking at it going, what the hell are they doing?
Like, what the fuck are they doing? Yeah. His fingers couldn't even fit on the keys, like they're so small, you know.
Yeah. Was there much of a decision-making process, or like, was everybody on the same page, I guess is a better way to ask it, when it came to doing some like different things or some weird things on the album? Or you guys all speak in the same language?
We were just like the only thing that we were kind of like we're all going to go into every song with open-minded and positive vibes for everyone's ideas, you know.
Yeah.
Like, even if you know, like I remember a couple of times that I was like apprehensive about a couple ideas, you know, and then you would kind of like find your way, be like, oh yeah, this is cool, and like as they developed, they were so cool that you're like, even like the little things that like you thought maybe kind of lame or something, you're like, nope, that's fucking cool, and that's super fun. So at the end of the day, we all, you know, like we always do, like, you know, our with us, like the whole is much better than the
sum
one
of the
guy, you
parts.
know. So
Yeah,
like our collective kind of process is always our power. So
Did you write the new song before going into the studio, or did you write it kind of as all of this was happening? Or?
no, like we've been like we've been working on a couple song ideas, and then that one like we actually went to the studio for a week, and then we had a week off and went back for another week. And as the week off was happening, the COVID thing started to kind of happen, you know, and then we were kind of like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I had that. I started writing like those verses, like as like things were kind of happening, like, whoa, you know. And then driving to the studio for the second session, I wrote another verse, and then I got there and showed it to everybody, and like, and Brian and Greg, like, they wrote the chorus part, so and the whole thing came together, like on the spot. Just
Oh wow!
Yeah. That whole like that came together just in a day. It was cool. Those songs are the best, cool. The best ones sometimes, you know.
Yeah, and it's timely too. I mean that song came out right on time. I mean, you did the same sort of thing with the Standing Rock song Battleground.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, but it seems like that was another one that came together. I remember talking to Greg about that, doing promo for that song. It seemed like it kind of came together pretty quickly. Like.
Yeah, and we were gonna like you know, like the record like we're in no hurry to get the whole record out, but like we're like let's get the song out because of what's going on. It just seemed like the right thing to do, and just get it out and not like wait for it, you know.
Yeah. It was, that song was also a reminder that you were doing sort of an acoustic album or a different album, because I remember the first time I listened to it, I was, oh, this is a little different. Yeah. But it makes sense in the context of the album.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess the first impression, kind of like, what, you know?
Yeah.
But then it makes sense.
I said, yeah, this is a different little direction for them. But then when you hear it as part of an album, you're like, I get it now.
Yeah, like, but like we'll dabble like those kind of songs every now and then, you know, like a little something a little more. But for it to be like the lead off song,
right?
You know, like,
right. Do you have a particular song you're most proud of the way that it came out? I have my own opinions, but I'm curious to get yours.
My favorite. I think my favorite's Highway Kings.
Yeah, mine too.
It just came out like as we were doing it, where it's like, this is so cool, you know, and Ghosts and Boardwalk.
Yeah,
those are my two favorites.
Yeah,
I hope it's romantic too, because it's so weird. You know?
It is definitely weird. Yeah. I first listen. I think even in emailing James to set this interview up, I think the first thing I said was, that version of Highway Kings is really cool. Like that, cool. And I'm glad hopefully people have seen it by now because the video came out today. And Matthew did a really cool job. But that song,
super cool.
Yeah, like you mentioned, wanting to get, like, it gives the lyrics a little bit of a different context, or you can sort of appreciate the lyrics a little bit more. The way that the song is kind of tempoed, it's you guys knocked that one out of the park.
Thank you, man.
You went back into the studio with Will Yip on this one, and you've that's at least 2 in a row with Will, right?
Yeah.
For somebody who's a pretty accomplished producer in your own right, obviously, because you've produced like half of the record collection that's on the other side of the room here. But you guys always work with, whether it's Bill Stevenson or Tom Wilson or John Seymour or Ted Hutt, like you always work with somebody else when doing these albums. Is that a conscious decision to, like, it's not going to be just you recording them, or?
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know. I let her go and just like and be just part of the band and just like when we're making records, and I learned so much from other people. Like to me, it's like also like I'm going to school. Like
Yeah.
I've learned from everybody that we've ever worked with, and it's a thing I was always interested in. But we got to work with so many really cool engineers, producers that like I enjoy going to other people to just watch their whole process,
I was going to say, do you allow yourself to learn from them, to sort of?
Absolutely, yeah, because there's something to learn from everybody, which is rad.
But I think it also takes the right sort of ego to not want to jump in and like co-produce, or you know what I mean, like to actually take their input and learn from their style.
I just want to sit back and just play guitar and observe,
Right. Did you when you were writing parts for this new album, I think the only guitar I've ever seen you play, I know you have others, but I think I've only ever seen you play the white Les Paul.
Right.
But do you always write on the Les Paul too? Because a Les Paul has a certain kind of sound and a certain kind of feel.
Right.
But when you're doing like an album like this, did you work on your parts on something else, on an acoustic or
all the parts of this whole record just happened on the spot in the studio.
Oh, okay.
It was just like, yeah, like it was all just like on the guitars, like the acoustic guitars there, and I had like my hollow body there, like my 335.
Yeah.
But then like all the electric guitars were on like the 335 and on like some Fenders like that Will had. So,
okay.
Yeah. Like the whole thing was a whole different vibe than.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is writing on a 335 different? I like me a 335 too, but is writing on a 335 different than writing on a Les Paul? Not to get to like inside baseball.
It makes you feel like a little bit more. I don't know what the word is. A little bit more
like Chuck
eyebrow,
Yeah.
Like a little bit more kind of fancy, like something,
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's such like a classic.
Yeah.
Like from so many different styles of music, like the 335 is such a staple. Like it's a Les Paul, obviously, but 335 it just got like some extra class to it.
Yeah. But I can imagine that. Yeah, you sort of write parts differently because it sounds different. It feels different. The neck is different. You know what I mean?
Feels different for sure. Yeah. And it sounds so cool. Like I love just like the action you get just like working with a hollow
guitar,
like.
Yeah. I mean, probably wouldn't do a full tour with a 335 instead of a Les Paul. You're not Brian.
I would drop it and break it.
Right. My brother just broke the headstock off of his, like right at the beginning of quarantine.
Oh no.
A 339, so like the smaller version of it. His son was playing around at one of the first days of quarantine, snapped the headstock off.
Oh no.
Thankfully, I have I texted a buddy of mine a picture of it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that happens all the time."
Yeah.
Like bring it over. So they fixed it. It worked.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is it a weird experience though, sort of rewriting parts for your own songs, like for parts that you've been playing for 2 decades or whatever at this point?
Yeah, like it was weird. Some of the songs didn't have a whole lot of like totally new stuff, but songs like Argyle were completely different, So that was really fun. Just like like that was like starting from scratch, I think like Argyle, Favorite Everything, another one that like we just like completely kind of threw away how the song was and just like obviously like the melodies there and stuff, but there was all new guitar parts all new bass lines. Obviously, all new drum beats on everything.
Right.
So the most fun part was coming up with the treatments, like the drum ideas.
Yeah.
Every day would be like, like let's do like, like one day would be like the Cure beat, or like, like kind of like cool, like tom beat, or every day was just a different idea and feel.
And then would you build the song sort of up from that, like knowing what song you wanted to do, but once you got like a drum vibe, then kind of rework the song to fit that?
Yeah.
That's a cool process.
That's how it kind of happened, like with the guitar and drums, and Will like in the room, like, oh, like, like let's do a bridge here, or this, or like extend this part, like, or like make this part like really pop out as a feature.
Yeah. Was there ever talk about, I mean, once you got the album done, was there talk about pushing it back towards the end of pandemic or whatever before you would actually release it? Or was sort of the point to give the people something to enjoy while they're locked inside?
Yeah, we did, like, there was thought about like putting it out the next year instead, but then like, let's just get it out for people to hear, like, I know I want to be entertained by new music, so
Right.
it seemed like a better idea to do that than just to do like the old fashioned, like a dreadful wheel, like get the record out, go on tour, do this, do that, like let's just put the record out and just let people listen to it.
Do you think you'll still keep writing? I mean, have you been writing as this has sort of gone on?
Yeah, we've all got songs, so hopefully we can all get together like in the next who knows how many months and get some ideas going. But I think we'll have a really cool, like during the whole like this whole process, like we're talking to Will about, like, like, oh, like we can't wait to do like the next like rock record, with you, and then do volume 2.
Oh, okay.
The idea for the so we have a whole like idea of,
you have the whole arc already planned,
like in the next few years.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so just like work on some new tunes and see where it goes. I believe that like a lot of really fucking cool music, just like really cool music is going to come out of this whole quarantine. Like everyone's home, just writing music, like thinking of ideas, and I think there's going to be a lot of cool shit coming out.
I hope so, because I have talked to a few other people who find it sort of overwhelming. Like there's almost like too much time and too much information coming in, and so then it becomes tough to sort of like process it. And how do you actually write in a way that's going to make sense when you're out of quarantine? You know what I mean? Like you can write a quarantine song that'll make sense now, but 6 months from now, a year from now,
I think you got to find just like a way to filter the information and put your spin on it, and try to me, like, doing some writing has been a way to a little bit of like therapy too through all this shit.
I'm sure. One of the things that I asked Greg about, I think I talked to him right when Crucial Moments, right when the book was coming out, like sort of like pre 30th anniversary stuff. But I'm curious to get your take on it too, as a band that's been around for 31 going on 32 years now. When did you realize that you were more than just like 4 dudes from New Jersey playing punk rock at house shows? Like, when did it become a thing and people started to refer to you as like an important band, an iconic band, or do you even not think along those lines? But
I don't know, like there's definitely a couple moments like in the early days when we went on a tour or played like a show that we were like, whoa, like there's 1,000 people here, like here to see us, like that meant something, like early on, like selling out like our local city gardens, like
right.
like, man, this is cool. But and then like the next step was to be like to sell out like the Chalk, you know, like they're like, well, like the people care here too. And then having Youth Brigade like take us out like under their wing, and we did like that big like the BYO tour in '94 and played these awesome giant shows in LA where everyone knew our music, you know, and we're like, wow, like we're all the way here and people care, you know.
Right.
So, like I think it's more just like stepping stones or baby steps to like that, you know, because we never had any kind of instant anything. Like we're always on the long road, long slow road.
Yeah, but it seems like it has been. It's weird to say that it's been like a 30-year progressive, like the slowly going up the roller coaster. You know what I mean? Like
there's been a couple times like this and a couple times like this.
Yeah, right.
But for the most part, it's been, you know, like last year, like our 30th anniversary felt like it was one of our best years and best tours of our whole lives together.
Yeah.
So that was cool to be together 30 years and still be doing something relevant.
I think more than relevant. I mean, there's an army of people, myself included, with
fuck yeah, dude,
True Believers tattoos and like
that's awesome.
That
means everything, you know.
Does that stuff sort of still, even 32 years later, sort of, or 31 years later, does that still sort of like, is that a cool thing?
Yeah, it's cool as fuck to me because like that's what got me into doing this, you know, like that's what like we all, like me and Brian and Greg, like grew up together, like going to shows in high school, like all together, and like our collective love for like all these bands were what brought us to do like what we do now. So I appreciate it so much, you know, always.
Yeah, we appreciate you. It was one of the coolest things is to have Brian Keeneland tattoo the Souls logo on you. I know
awesome,
he probably gets sick of it, but whatever.
No, I think it means a lot
awesome
to him too, you know, like everyone he does, like he means like it's a big deal because it's his, you know, it's his artwork and like his vision, you know, too.
Thanks for chatting tonight. I don't want to take up too much of your evening.
That's cool, man. Great talking to you.
Thank you for skipping the debate tonight. I wasn't going to watch it anyway, but
the what?
The debate tonight. The
president. Oh, that's
great. Yeah, I wasn't going to watch it anyway. Yeah, I don't care. I know who I'm voting for, so it's not like.
Yeah, I know, but it's the spectacle.
I can watch the highlights. Yeah.
Like, I kind of can't help to watch the spectacle of it, you know.
It's watching a car crash ultimately.
It's watching a fucking car crash. I know. Exactly. I've been staying off a lot of, like, I'll check my phone, like for like local news, like, cause I feel like I can only watch like local news now. Like I can't watch fucking like obviously I can't watch fucking Fox.
Yeah, right.
And CNN, I get, you know, it's all day just bombardment. So I try to just like every now and then just check local news and see what's happening, so I know what's going on. But I you know, like there were a couple points during all this whole thing where I got, you know, like really like wrapped up in it, and you start to lose your fucking mind. So.
Yeah, right. What's the pulse of things in where you are in Jersey, in the Asbury area? Does it seem like a lot of people are on the right side here, or does it seem like shit's gonna get a little squirrely in the next few weeks before the election?
I can't tell. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't even know. I mean, it's everything's so upside down right now. Like I don't even know how to judge it or who's thinking what. Or it used to be like you'd see somebody and you're like, oh, like that person, he's probably like-minded as me, you know?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I don't know what anyone's thinking, you know?
Right.
And I don't want to ask anyone because I don't want to get into any shit with anybody. Like I just want to mind my own business. I know what I want in the world, and I'm going to do my best to fight for that.
Yeah.
But I don't want, you know what I mean? Like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think being stuck inside for especially the first 3 or 4 months there, we all it became like this echo chamber. Like we listened to the people that we like and that we're friends with, but then you kind of realize that that's happening on the other side too. So when everybody comes out of their foxholes, it's like, oh shit. Like,
you're either on this front or you're on this front. You know, that's it.
And
nothing in the middle.
It seems like the crazy came out ultimately on both sides, but especially on the other side, while everybody was quarantined. There's, I don't know, man.
Did you watch the social dilemma yet?
I haven't. No. I've been meaning to. I feel like I don't have time, and I'm sort of nervous to watch it.
Just make time to watch it because it's fucking frightening, first of all, but it's also enlightening as well. Like a lot to do. You know, that's only like one part of it, but just the polarization, like how the polarization has become so much more divided because of social media, you know.
Right.
And because of the fake news.
I don't know if I should watch it before the election or after the election. I don't.
You should watch it tonight.
That's probably true.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really it was just enlightening.
That's a Netflix one, right?
Yeah.
Because I have them all now because we were stuck in the house for so long. But
you got to have everything that you possibly have on that TV.
Seriously.
Your household right now.
Yep. And yet, what does my kid want to watch? Full House. like 30 years. My kid wants to watch Full House every night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or the newer one, which is not awesome, but
I've never seen the new one. Yeah, I love the old one. That's a good time.
Don't bother with the new one.
Okay. I didn't even know there was one.
Oh, they have 5 seasons of the new one, my friend.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's hide the remote when your little one is that age.
Okay.
Thanks for chatting tonight, man. This is really cool. Man. Like I said, I'll save it and then upload it to YouTube and probably IGTV because some people like to watch them that way too. But probably tomorrow at this point. And I go hide from the debate.
All right, man.
Good talking to you.
Good day.
Much love to the fellas. Next time you Zoom with them.
All right. I'll tell them.
Thanks. Good night.
Later, man.